Good day, yogi friends. My name is Brooke Blankenship, and welcome to Chair Yoga. We're going to get started today by sitting back in our seats, letting our feet rest on the floor, ankles underneath of knees, and just gently closing your eyes, relaxing the shoulders and the neck, beginning to pay more attention to the breath. Noticing the way that it enters through the nose and floats all the way down through the chest and into the stomach. Notice the way that the breath feels as it enters the body. And then taking one hand on the heart and one hand on the belly. We're going to take a deep breath in through the nose together. Open the mouth and let it all go. Again, in through the nose. Open and let it all go. In through the nose. Open and let it go. Gently opening up the eyes if you haven't already. And then bringing the hands down by the sides. We're going to take a big breath in again as we reach our arms up to the sky. Interlace the hands and spread the fingers, the palms toward the sky, stretching upwards. Now release the hands and let them come back down. Great job, yogis. We're going to lean ourselves forward a little bit and move right into the spine today. So taking your hands onto your knees, spreading your feet a little bit wider for more stability, and then bringing that belly and chest forward, maybe taking the gaze up towards the ceiling and taking a big breath in, filling all the way up with air. And then releasing, coming back into cat pose, pulling that belly button to the spine, chin to the chest, letting all the air out. Breathing in as you come forward, out as you go back. Matching your movement with your own breath. Excellent job, yogis. All right, so we're going to start to do open up with gentle twists. So I want you to take your left hand to the outside of your right knee, grab the back of your chair with your right hand, take a big breath in, and then twist and look towards the side of the room. So feeling that twist in the upper back and shoulders. Coming back to center and then to the other side. Right hand comes to the outside of the left knee. Left hand grabs the back of the chair. Take a big breath in, and then twist and look towards the side of the room. Excellent job. Coming back through center. Shaking it out a little bit. Excellent job, yogis. And we're going to stretch through those shoulders. So bringing the left arm across the body, you're going to take the right arm and grab the outside of the arm. So keeping our arms straight here, we're going to feel that pull through the back of the shoulder blade, okay, and the outside of the shoulder. If that is too strong for you, you can bend your arm, see how that feels. See what feels best in your body, and then breathe into that left shoulder. Imagining that all that breath you're sending there is giving you more room to grow and expand and strengthen. Excellent job. We're going to lift that elbow up behind us, and then just grabbing hold of the elbow, I like to just sit straight up. As soon as we straighten that spine, you should feel that stretch happening all the way through the side of the left arm, the underarm area, the shoulder, and the side body. Releasing, shaking both arms out, and to the other side. So we're going to bring the right arm across this time, either keeping that arm straight or bending at the elbow, finding what feels best in your body, and then sending your breath into that right shoulder, creating a little bit more room to strengthen and expand. All that goodness of your breath going right into the shoulder. All right, and then we're gonna pull that elbow behind us, holding onto the elbow with our left hand, and then taking a big breath in and getting really straight in the spine. Feeling that stretch through the right side of the body from the elbow all the way down to the hips. And releasing, swinging those arms out. Ooh, wiggling the fingers. Great job. So we're going to take those hands, interlace them, stretch them out in front of you, and then round through the spine. Pulling the belly button to the spine, pulling the chin to the chest. Good job. Now we're going to raise those arms up above us, stretching up high, opening up through the chest and the collarbone. And then rounding again through the back. And up and open. Round through the back, last set here. Up and open. Release and roll out the shoulders, shake out the arms. Great job, yogis. We are going to warm up those legs a little bit and then move into our salutations. So lifting the left knee up towards the chest first. First thing I want you to do is just hug it into the chest and take a couple of deep breaths. Try to sit up really tall with your spine. And then pull that foot, that chest towards you, or that knee towards you as much as you can. Flex your foot like it's standing on the ground. Excellent job stretching that foot out, heel to the front, and then setting it back down. Wiggling out that foot, and other side. We're going to take the right knee, pull it in towards the chest, and then remember, sit up really tall in our spine. We have a tendency to go back into a little back, curving our back, okay? Flexing that foot, just like we did before, and then taking some nice deep breaths. One hip may feel more open than the other. This may feel a little sensation, a little yucky on one side, or maybe a little good on one side. Seeing what you feel, breathing into it. And then stretching that foot out, stretching the heel out. Ooh, great job. And then lowering it back down. Okay, so shaking that foot back out. We're gonna come back to our left leg now. So lifting that left knee up, pulling it in towards the chest. Now we're going to open it out to the side. Bring it back in. Open it out to the side. Back in. Open it out to the side. Back in. This time cross that ankle over the knee. Sitting up nice and tall, either staying here, or if you would like to increase your sensation, leaning forward over that leg, okay? Breathing into the folded leg and the hip. Imagining that breath just creating more room in that hip socket. Creating some ease in the left side of the hip. And then rising back up, lowering that knee back down, rolling the heel of your hand over your hip, just giving it a gentle massage. And here we go to the other side. So we're gonna lift that knee up to the chest first. Take a big deep breath in. And then we're gonna move the knee out to the side. Bring it back in. Move it out to the side. Bring it back in. Move it out to the side. And back in. Side. And back in, cross it over. So we're gonna sit here and sit up really nice and tall. taking big breaths into that right hip, or we're going to lean forward and increase the sensation. So finding what feels best in your body and going there. Rising back up, uncrossing. We're going to move into our salutation with the sun. So adding a lot of movement here, getting our hearts beating fast, bringing your hands down by your side for our mountain chair pose. Raising the hands all the way up above you. Big breath in as we dive forward, let it all out. Halfway lift, flatten the back, and fold. Rise all the way up, hands to the heart. Inhale up, and fold. Halfway lift, and fold. Rise all the way up, hands to the heart. Inhale up, and fold. Halfway lift, and fold. All the way up, hands to the heart. We're going to keep going for a few more. If you need to stop and take a break, you can keep your hands at your heart through one round and join us when you're ready. Inhale up, and fold. Halfway, and fold. All the way up, hands to heart. Inhale up, and fold. Halfway, and fold. All the way up, hands to the heart. Inhale up, and fold. Halfway, and fold. All the way up, hands to the heart. Inhale up, and fold. Halfway, and fold. All the way up, hands to the heart. Still with me? All right, we got a few more. You're doing awesome. Inhale up, and fold. Halfway, and fold. All the way up, hands to the heart. Inhale up, and fold. Halfway, and fold. All the way up, hands to the heart. Last time. Inhale up, and fold. Halfway, and fold. All the way up. Gather the hands at the heart. Press your thumb knuckles into your heart. Feel it beating beneath you, inside of you. Excellent job, yogis. We are going to very slowly bring ourselves to standing and move to the left side of our seats. So standing on the left side of our seat, we're going to come into a warrior one posture. So our right foot is going to be facing towards the back of the chair, but at a diagonal, okay? So it's going to be facing towards the right side of the chair at a diagonal. Our left foot is going to snake out in front of us, okay? We're going to use our hand to hold on here as we bring our arm up and then bend through our front knee. So if you need to adjust your back foot, bring it more behind the chair, you can do that, okay? Heel toe your feet apart as much as you need to. We're gonna stand strong in our warrior legs and take a couple of deep breaths. So I really want you to root down through the feet. Pick up the toes, spread them wide beneath you. Feel that energy radiating up through the ankles and the feet, through the calves and the knees and the thighs and the hips and the torso and the chest and the neck and the head and the shoulders and the arms, and then out the fingertips. Feeling powerful in our warrior pose. Excellent job, yogis. So now we're gonna bring that hand down, straighten the front leg, and then we're gonna lean forward over that hand. So feeling a really nice stretch through both sides of the inner and outer thigh and the hip on the left side. All right, we're gonna put a little bend in that knee. I want you to bring one or both hands down to the chair and turn both of your feet to face the chair now, okay? Keep your left hand down on the chair in front of you, and I want you to lift your right hand up to the sky, maybe taking your gaze with it to look at those fingertips. A nice twist here. Breathing into it. Getting a nice stretch through the right shoulder as well as the lower back. And then coming back down, we're gonna heel toe those feet back in together, rise back up and move to the other side of the chair. And so this time, bringing our left toes behind the chair and facing towards the diagonal, okay? Our right toes are gonna inch forward, okay? We're gonna hold on to the back of our chair, make any adjustments that we need to, and make that bend in our front leg, okay? So our knee should be lining up with our heel. Make sure that your knee is lining up with your heel. Make any adjustments that you need to your legs to make sure that you feel strong and connected to the ground beneath you, okay? So we wanna feel strong in our warrior. We wanna feel that energy radiating up from the earth and coming into our bodies, making us strong, okay? So holding onto the chair and then raising the right hand up to the sky. Breathing in and out through the nose while we hold our yoga pose. Excellent job, yogis. We're gonna straighten that leg and again, stretching through. We're gonna lean forward with our right hand, stretching through the inner and outer thigh and the hip on the right side. Excellent job. We're gonna bend those knees, bring one hand down to the chair, and then heel toe your feet apart a little bit because we're gonna come into that straddle once more. We're gonna keep that right hand down on the ground, lift the left hand up to the sky, breathing into the shoulder and the low back, And then coming back together, we're gonna heel toe those feet back together. Coming around to the back side of your chair now. And then bringing those feet out wide, we are going to do some of those goddess squats. So I'm going to challenge you today to hold onto your chair or put your hands on your hips, okay? So if you're comfortable, take your hands off of your chair, put them on your hips. We are going to bend our knees, come down, come back up. Bend, come down, rise back up. Breathing in and out. In and out. In and out. Great job, yogis. All right, so keeping your feet in that straddle fold, we are going to straddle over, or forward fold over our chair with our straddle folded legs. So just allowing the upper body to be heavy here. You can bring your hands down to the chair, feeling the stretch happening through the back of the legs, all the way up into the glutes. Walking the hands back up. Heel toeing those feet back together. And then coming to your seat. We're going to plant our left foot down on the ground, bring our right foot out behind us, straightening the leg if you can, okay? Finding that spot where your leg is going to be able to hang off the chair freely and not feel like it's caught up, okay? We're going to press down into both feet. Press as much as you can into both feet, feeling those legs fire up, just like we did in our Warrior 1. Now we're going into Warrior 2. So our legs are supported by the chair beneath us, but press into the floor and feel the fire up in those legs, okay? Fire up in the legs, coming up through the torso, checking in with the torso, making sure that the shoulders and the hips are in one line, and then stretching out the arms long. Big breaths in and out through the nose. Excellent job, yogis. We're going to flip that front palm. Take the right hand down the back leg, reaching the left arm up and over the head, maybe taking the gaze up towards the hand. Coming back up through Warrior 2, resetting with a breath, and then coming forward into our side ankle pose. So bringing the elbow down to the knee, palm facing up, reaching the hand up overhead, and then extending on the exhale, bringing that elbow towards the ear. Maybe also taking the gaze up towards the ceiling, opening up the chest towards the ceiling and the armpit. Taking the pose out of the jaw, releasing any tension there. And then coming back up into our Warrior 2. And resting the arms down. Great job, yogis. Coming to the center of our seat. We're gonna bring our knees out wide and we're gonna drop those shoulders one at a time towards the ground, starting with our left shoulder. So bringing your hands onto your knees. And I like to scoot myself forward a little bit in my seat too, and just bring my knees out wide so I have a lot more room to move. And then we're gonna drop our left shoulder, come back up, drop your right. Moving with your breath here. Few more here. And then coming back to center, we're gonna move to the other side now. So taking that right foot, planting it into the mat, bringing your left foot out behind you, planting that foot down on the ground and trying to press that foot into the ground. Press both feet into the ground. Fire up through the legs. Make any adjustments you need to so that this leg can completely hang off the chair, okay? And then once you have your legs ready, we're going to come up from our torsos, make sure our shoulders are in line with our torsos, and then bring our hands out over the side. Pulling the belly button into the spine, dropping the shoulders away from the ears, opening up through the chest, maybe taking the gaze even slightly up, and out over that middle finger. Excellent job, yogis. We are going to reverse our warrior. Taking that hand, sliding it down, reaching the arm up and over. And then back into our warrior two, resetting for a breath. And then coming forward into our side angle. Big breath in, reaching the arm up towards the sky. And then letting it go and bringing that elbow towards the ear. Maybe opening up the chest a little bit towards the sky, the armpit towards the sky. And then coming back up through our warrior two and lowering back down. Great job, yogis. So we're going to come to bring both feet to the right side of our chair now. Actually sitting on the side of our chair. And we're going to take both hands behind us to the back of the chair. We're going to stretch through that spine. So take a big breath in. Get really tall and long in the spine, and then twist and look towards the back of the room. Unwinding, coming back through center, twisting around to the other side. Again, we're going to take a big breath in, get really tall and long in the spine, and then twist and look towards the back of the room. Unwinding, coming back through center and back around to the front. We're going to continue to stretch a little bit through those hips. We did some really good opening and strengthening exercises. So bringing that left knee up towards the chest, just like we did at the beginning of class. Sitting up really tall in the spine and just breathing into the knee in the chest. Flexing the foot like it's sitting on the ground. Excellent job. Kicking that foot out. You can keep your hands underneath your leg or unsupported, okay? Kicking that foot out and breathing through the heel. Oh my gosh, you guys, this training just keeps going back and forth. I'm not really sure it's the exact same one the whole class. Kicking through the heel, as I was saying, and then lowering back down. Woo! All right, let's do the other side. Shake that out. Right knee comes up, pulling it into the chest, sitting up nice and tall, and breathing into the stretch happening in the front of that hip. All right, and then releasing, stretching that foot out, stretching through the through the heel, flexing those toes toward the face, holding it up there as long as you can stand it, dropping it down. All right, shaking it out. Excellent. All right, so we're gonna bring that left knee again up into the chest. Breathing into it. This time on your next exhale, I want you to move it out to the side. Bring it back in. Hug it back into the chest for a breath. Then cross it over. It feels so much better when you do it that way, I feel like. Maybe it's just me. All right, so staying here or maybe leaning forward over that folded leg. Finding where the sensation feels best. Coming back up, we're going to cross that leg all the way over, taking the hand to the outside of the knee, grabbing the chair with the left hand, taking a big breath in, and then twisting, looking towards the back or the side of the room. Untwisting, coming back through center, unwinding, and to the other side. So lifting up that right knee. Big breath in through the nose. And then as you exhale, moving it out to the side. Big breath in. Let it go. Big breath in. Bring it back and cross it over. Staying here or bending forward, finding that sensation that feels best in your body. Breathing into it. Rising back up, crossing all the way over, taking the left hand to the outside of the knees, grabbing the chair with the right hand, big breath in, twisting and turning. And then unwinding, coming back through center, sitting yourself back on your seat, finding your final resting pose of class, relaxing everything in the body and focusing once again on the breath right back where we started. Maybe even taking the hand to the belly and the chest. Taking a moment to turn inward and soak in all the benefits of our practice together. Open up your connections. Many religions teach about interconnectedness, the subtle effect each person and each movement in the universe has on all the others. I was profoundly reminded of this teaching in Chaco Canyon in New Mexico. In the remnants of the Anasazi culture can be found symbols for the connections the people believed in, taught, and lived. One dwelling was a structure in which over 800 rooms were built in a connected circle. Each room touched the next, and the structure contained all the areas and people needed to work, to live, to play, and worship. An exhibit in the Visitors Center describes the spiritual philosophy of the descendants of the Anasi people. The Pueblo people live at the center of their universe. All things are interconnected and form a part of the whole. Where the sky and the earth touch are the boundaries for all things to live. All things share in the essence of life through cycles of birth and death. Although the walls of the circular structure have crumbled and the Anazis themselves have disappeared, the Pueblo philosophy still symbolizes the way we're connected to each other today. Take time to remember how connected you are. You are connected not just to people you've met and know, but to all who live, past and present, in this world. You are part of a dance, the magical dance of the universe, taking place each moment in time. Even if you live alone, you're part of a large family. Even if you work alone, You're part of a team. Take time to honor your connections and the impact of each person you've met. See how people have helped shape you. See how you've touched and shaped them. Each interaction creates a ripple effect. Each encounter helps shape destiny. You no longer have to be isolated or suffer from separatedness. Take time to see and honor your connections and value your place in the world. Beginning to wiggle your fingers and your toes, slowly bringing movement back into the body. Taking the arms and stretching them up overhead. Maybe letting out a big yawn or a sigh. Bringing your hands together in prayer pose. Taking your thumbs to your forehead. The light in me loves and honors the light in each and every one of you. Thank you for allowing me to share this practice with you. Namaste.